stream about the Åland Islands. Yes, I know I said, like this is a stream of country maps, but we don't require sovereignty for a country here. Like it just has to have a code in ISO 3166 too, and the Åland Island does. .ax. Okay, so just actually one game here. So the first thing that you notice about the Åland Islands is that the ground is red, and this is even true of pavements, which presumably are made out of local red earth in in some way. Okay, so here you see the other thing about the Åland Islands. They are part of Finland, but the signs are all in Swedish. Next question is, how do you tell the difference between Swedish and Finnish? Well, yeah, they do have the same writing system essentially. At some point in the Middle Ages, Finnish was written down by Swedish people. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but Swedish words look like English or German words, and Finnish words completely do not. From the relationship of the languages, that Finnish is not a Germanic language. Um, okay, so yeah, it's interesting, like there's a divided highway in the Åland Islands, which yeah, I mean, Finland has a big budget. I can see them doing it. Maybe there's one, right? Okay, so there's the Åland Islands. It's between Stockholm and Finland. Um, Now this this is the line between the Åland Islands and regular Finland Islands. Um, so there is coverage on more of the Åland Islands than just the mainland. Um, so that is a possibility. If you're looking at a map of this area, we have Big Varuhuset. See, as I said, that's a Swedish sign, not a Finnish sign. Well, it's a Finnish sign in the sense that the Åland Islands are, under Finnish sovereignty. See, Fromot Åland. There is this. Yeah, it looks maybe a politics sign. It looks like, and you can see on the sign. Again, Swedish, and we have information. Um, Let me guess. I'm guessing maybe this is the only tourist information center in all of the Åland Islands. Okay, this is hotel or restaurant something. Um, yeah. Okay, so it put us then, near this roundabout in Mariehamn. Uh, let's see. So while we're here, we got one, two, three. Yeah. So there's three like good sized roundabouts on the outskirts of Mariehamn, and none, and then the city center, like looks like it has streets that intersect at right angles. You know, Not that common in Europe, but they do exist. Um, okay, and I've noticed, yeah, that in Scandinavia you do get these, that roundabouts tend to be at intersections of large roads that are, on the outskirts of towns, or in rural areas. Um, okay. You'll also notice here, that this is sort of a typical, Nordic forest area. There are some deciduous trees other than birches, right? It's not, like the boreal forest that you see, in parts of the mainland. Okay, those are the Finnish road signs. That this particular appearance with blue and white. Um, there's some similarity to the Swedish signs, but like the typeface is different. And that these signs are again in Swedish. In particular, here you can see Snocko. It's hard to see, but there's the ring over the A, and that does not exist in Finnish. Um, yeah, let's see, does going this way help out with anything? Yeah, also, I mean, look at that right there, like we have, very elaborate bollard painting, like it, looks like the ones in Andorra, except, like not as tall. Um, okay, we have industrial hay bales. Um, and once again, the road is completely red. And that's it's actually impressively, pretty impressively red. I mean, like it's really almost in the same category as like Newman in Western Australia or Misiones province in Argentina with redness. Although, of course, both of those are radically different environments from this. Yeah, you'll also notice here there's the typically Scandinavian, farms with things painted red. Um, in the U.S. and Canada, of course, barns are red, but that what's different, in the Scandinavian countries is that you find farmhouses in that color. Um, and there's a claim that that red houses in Scandinavian countries originally came um, from iron mining in Sweden. You know, and looking at the color of the landscape here, there's probably iron in the Åland Islands. It's probably just not economical to extract it. Wiesings, okay. Um, yeah. Well, yeah, you'll notice I forget to guess on these things. Okay, it was one of the subsidiary islands here. Uh, Kumlinge, Emtvik. Wondering what the sign that says Wiesing said. Also, those signs, I'm not sure if they necessarily um, point to villages. Oh yeah, there that we saw the one. Oh, that wasn't an A with a ring on this. I thought it was Snocku. This is Snacku with a umlaut instead of a ring. Okay. Um. Yeah, the road is still red, but not as red as the last one. And I guess that the red color here, also that it comes from these. It comes from red. A lot of it comes from red granites, and like that this area has old continental core rock that is very old, like Proterozoic era rock, like the Canadian Shield. And there's actually a patch of red granite that comes to mind in the Canadian Shield to compare it to, that like between it's between Barrie and Sudbury, I think, around Owen Sound. There's exposed rock of that kind. So we have Bert Buvik and Ham something and nine, right? So we know that it's not a little tiny island because you can go 9 kilometers. Um, let's see, Bert Buvik. Yeah. So that's how you pronounce the Y in Scandinavian languages. It's E. Oh, there's Ytterby, which is almost the same as the village that the elements are named after near Stockholm. Um, Bertvik. I'm amazed at how many villages are plotted on these islands. That's, I guess, something you find in Europe, right? That it's often when these things were established, the legal villages were just the parishes of the official church in Europe. Um, Hamnsindet. That means like bay and bay sound or something like that. That sounds like a coastal location. Um, 9.1 kilometers from the correct location. Oh, there's Bertby. Sorry, Bertby, right there. Okay. Um, right. We have Overby. Um, yeah. So something to remember here is that on the pronunciation A with the ring, that's actually came from there being an O over the ring. So I mean an O over the A. So it's an A that sounds like an O. Um, Granbergstugor, Notholm. Um, Overby. Um, yeah, I find again that this one is difficult. Mainly because I mean there's really only one town in the Åland Islands, and it seems that you rarely find signs pointing to it. Again, very red road surface. Okay, that's a causeway between two islands, I think. Uh, let's see, which way does it go? It's north-south. Could it be that one? Can I see anything in the distance is the other question. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so it's north-south, curves a bit like that. That doesn't look right. Um, Maybe we could be here. Um, yeah, you can see there's, that with the geography here, there's quite a few of these islands are close enough together that there's just road bridges between them. Hmm. Yep. See, there's the rock I was talking about. Um, yeah, looks like it's some sort of pinkish granite. As I said, there's rocks near that. That I know near Owen Sound, Ontario, and that those rocks also, as a result of the ice age, they were scoured off of the surface and deposited hundreds of miles south in my area. Um, and so you find as surface rocks, you find pieces of pink granite, and there, yeah, that oh, that's See, that's a beautiful shot of what we're talking about. Yeah, yeah, and that like in northern Ontario where it's part of the Canadian Shield, um, there's it's the same sort of thing. Very old rocks. We have moose, 1 kilometer. Okay, well, let's see if we can see the moose. Probably not going to see a lot else. Yeah, you'll also notice that there aren't a whole lot of people in the Åland Islands, which is characteristic of Scandinavia in general. Um, oh, that's a beautiful field there. How did they get it to be that color? You would think it would be red. Is it a peat mine? I don't know. Drugsbule. Okay. Okay, there. In fact, there's the Finnish speak. Drugsbulevägen. Okay, there. It's in Swedish, but it's a Finnish street sign. Doesn't have the same font as Sweden does. So that means that this is almost definitely a marker for a village, and there's no distance given, so it's probably close. Let's see, Drugsbola. Hmm. Hmm. Drugsbola. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. And remember to guess. Okay. Well, not much to the Åland Islands, so that we can end the stream after just one game.